Hey guys, this is Shannon with Nearly Organic Noshing, and what you see behind me is our enclosed trailer. I have been using it for storage for about a year now, maybe a little less, probably since November. Um, I do have a storage shed that is pretty much mostly my stuff, but during the last hurricane, it ended up in a neighbor's yard and just got all bent up. And Chris pretty much hammered it out and got it straight and managed to get the doors back on it and everything. A lot of stuff inside it was just trashed and ruined, and it was a lot of my holiday decorations. But I've been using it. And in November, I realized it is leaking really, really bad still. So I was pulling a bunch of stuff out of it, and as I was using it, I was just putting it into the enclosed trailer. So now we really need to start doing some work on the enclosed trailer before our vacation in July. So I have got to get in here and empty it out, which means I have to drag everything out of my storage shed and get it organized again. And I don't want to do it. It is Sunday afternoon, and I'd rather be doing a million other things than this, but it needs to get done. So I am going to empty out my storage shed first, because I pretty much know what's in here. I just need to label it and know where I put it and put it on my list. And I'll show you how I've done it in the past, and I'll show you what I'm looking at in the shed and how much space I have to deal with, because I don't have much space. And in addition to all of my holiday decor that is in here, a lot of our party stuff, extra tables and chairs, and we do a lot of large family get-togethers here. So lots of plastic chairs, lots of big tables, just miscellaneous stuff. I did drag a giant trash can out here because I am purging. If I have not touched it, I have so many projects in here that I want to do, and I just don't have time to do. So it'll either get donated or tossed. I just need to get it cleaned out so that I can access it and get a clear idea of what I'm dealing with. And if I seem a little scrunchy today, I've got a migraine that is just kicking my butt right now. And so I'm glad that I'm over here in the shade working, because I could not be out in the sunshine right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this and see how much I can get knocked out before I go make dinner. Okay, this is my shed, and like I said, it is an absolute mess. It was leaking in here really bad, so I had it all cleaned out, not a leaf in sight, but it just, everything got messed up with water. So over here are bunches of extra chairs and stuff like that. I was like saving jeans. I have boxes and boxes of jeans in the house, because one day I want to do a jeans quilt, but these have gotten rained on and mildewed, and I'm just going to toss them. A lot of these boxes have just gotten opened and tossed to the side. Some stuff, I think this is Halloween, that's still in here, and some Christmas. There's just a lot of stuff that needs to go. And this is the way I had done it before, and I'm going to do something along this line again. I had it in a clear plastic sleeve in here, and believe it or not, that made it through the hurricane. It's one of my original sheets. And it said what holiday, what color bins, and how many were they, and how I labeled them. Like Christmas, I put big X's on all of my Christmas bins. Thanksgiving, there were only 2 of those, so they were blue, and I just had Thanksgiving written. Halloween was multiple things, so there were big H's on all my Halloween stuff, and I try and color coordinate. So I'm going to go back, I'm going to drag all the holiday decor out, I'm going to empty this side, sweep it out. This side, I'm going to see what's here. The chairs and stuff, I may be able to not have to drag them out and just straighten them up where they're at, and just make sure they're accessible, and then start dragging everything out of the trailer
which you guys can see how damaged and bent up this was. And Chris, I think he took a hammer or something and hammered it all out, and then he went and he tried to seal up the roof, and then we have a tarp over the roof. One day I hope to have a new one of these with more space, but for now this works. And this is what I have in the enclosed trailer right now. So a great big mess, and I'm probably going to need to buy more bins, but I want to see where I end up with at the end, how many bins I'm going to need. I don't want to go buy a bunch of stuff that I don't need, so it goes all the way down there and it is all piled up. So I really don't want to do this. I just am so not motivated to be doing this right now, but I'm just going to go ahead and start dragging it out and doing it. And these are just my basic supplies that I have. I have my master list, which I'm going to end up reprinting it once I know everything. On here, I have tape so that I can mark the boxes with a magic marker, and a giant glass of tea to keep me motivated. All right, let's get started. So I'm making pretty good progress. I'm actually almost filled up this trash can. This is my pile of donates so far. These are things I need to go through and figure out what I'm going to do with, but I'm putting a dent in it. And I just came across this box, which I have no idea how it even got in here, or these are from when the kids were little. That is Jaden. And Trevlin and Jaden with our dog Gypsy, her head. I love this picture, even though my Aunt Julie's head got cut off. That is Trevlin and my aunt. Another one of them. I think I must have put some of these pictures together for my daughter's confirmation, because my aunt was her godmother. That is my grandmother's chair. Trevlin's one attempt at playing baseball. Oh my gosh, I love looking at family pictures. That was our dog Piper with Trevi. My dad and Trevi. Girl Scouts, yep. I'm thinking I must have pulled a bunch of these pictures. Oh, you know what? I think these were a stack I had done for her high school graduation, and I was using them for that. Oh, okay. It's amazing how the kids change. And she still drives like that. My mom is a really good photographer. She's been doing photography for years and has managed to get some really good pictures of the kids. Oh, I miss having babies. Oh, I would have babies all the time. Jaden and Trevi. Trevi and Blue Baby. Had to have that Blue Baby. And that was the day I had Jaden. Trevi sitting in my lap holding her new baby brother. And that is my best friend since 2nd grade and my brother. And I don't know what the event was. I think that's at Seminole. It must have been a work party or something for my parents. Oh, no. Okay. I know, this was my shower. Yep, that was a long, long time ago. So these are the things that distract me when I should be busy going through things. That is Jaden in probably one of my all-time favorite outfits on him. My brother's wedding. Kids playing soccer. I have thousands of soccer pictures. Fishing trip with my dad, Chris and my brother, Trevi and Jaden. That is actually my brother and I. And yes, I had my nose when I was that little. I've always had this nose. Boston trip with my aunt for a medical convention. Kids with Gypsy. Oh, I love that dog. One of my favorite pictures of me and Aunt Ju. Oh my gosh, I gotta put these away or I will just sit here and go through pictures for the next hour. Okay guys, I have been working on this for about 4 hours or so, and I am calling it a night. It's almost 8 o'clock, and Chris should have put dinner in the oven. I had pulled out a lasagna from a freezer meal and just asked him to put it in, I don't know, an hour ago or so. The only stuff that is left in the camper, I know it still looks like a ton of stuff, but most of this is our camping stuff. I went ahead and went through and made sure that's all that was left. So all of this is stuff for our camping. This big thing is full of camping gear. We're taking the freezer out, but it was in here from our last camping trip. I have stuff for boating up top and more tons of camping stuff down in the end. So Chris and I have to figure out what we're going to do with camping gear. It's just not going to fit in my shed. Phew. Sorry. All the dust. So that is it for the trailer. Hopefully in 2 weekends, Chris and I, we can just empty this out, put it under the cover, anything that's in here. And then when it comes time for our trip, I'll be able to go through the bins and decide which ones we're taking, because we still don't know if we're taking our tent. If we take our tent, then a bunch of these bins, all of these bins will go, because those are all go along with the tent. So all of this stuff is to donate. And I have a couple more bags up at the house, so I'll just have to get all of that loaded up. These are bins this is my Easter bin. The lid completely just fell apart. The box is falling apart. So I need to get a new Easter bin, and I'm trying to kind of color coordinate the holidays, slowly changing out boxes. So since I do not have much Easter stuff, then I'll find like a purple box or a yellow box, something like that for spring and Easter. This is the bin that I need to go through of stuff that I know I want to keep, but it doesn't belong out here, so I need to go through it. I have a full trash can of stuff to get tossed. And then I know it is like so dark in here. This is some of my garden stuff here that I want to find a place for my garden stuff, but I just don't know where it's going to go yet. Probably in here. I'm thinking I can just put it in this spot right here. But for now, I've got a bin I'm taking up to the porch to work on with my other garden stuff. Bunch of chairs, more chairs back here. I have our kitty carrier, which we don't have a cat right now. So we don't need it. That was the enclosed house I made for our cat that's insulated because she was an outside cat. And so she had a little cat door that's all insulated. And so I wanted to keep that. And then there is a big dog kennel. I have more dog kennels outside. I don't know, we have like 4 of them, big ones. And then these are lights that are used lights, but they're in really good shape that eventually we want to put in our bedroom when we redo the bedroom. And then I'm just starting the holiday season here. Most of these are empty, but I have an idea of some things I want to do with them. So I'm just going to leave them. This was my dad's. This dresser is, gosh, probably over 70 years old, probably more. So I am definitely holding on to this, and I want to keep it in decent shape. New Year's, I don't do too much. So January is nothing. So this is my February bin for Valentine's Day. I have my St. Patrick's Day bin in the house. It's not full yet. It's bright green. And it'll have a P on it for St. Patrick's. or I might put SP, I'm not sure, but it's a bright green bin, so I know that one will be St. Patrick's. So I have February, then I'll have March. April/May, my spring bins, I have out under the cover because I need to go through those and get new boxes for those. June, we don't really do any decorations. So this one is 4th of July. I have a 4 here. That's all my 4th of July stuff. August, we don't do anything. I sometimes will leave the 4th of July stuff up July, August, just because it's kind of summer and all that. Then this is all my September stuff, the beginning of fall. So I start in September decorating for fall, and I will link that video up for my generic fall decor. So this is all fall. It'll be like my scarecrows and stuff for the front porch. So it has an F just for fall. And then, so that's all of this. And then Halloween, you see there's H's on everything. So everything with an H, I have quite a bit of Halloween. All of this is Halloween all the way up to this bin. So all of that's Halloween with an H for the month of October. November is Thanksgiving, which I will then add to this stuff. I take some fall down and put Halloween up, and then I'll put some of the fall back and mix it in with my Thanksgiving. So that's mainly things that are just very Thanksgiving related. Turkeys and signs that say give thanks, stuff like that, but they usually go right along with my fall decor. And then, so that is November. Then all of this is December. I have way too much Christmas stuff. So I really need to start weeding it out. So everything with an X on it, I know that's, a lot of people are just like, you shouldn't do that, but this is just for me marking it. So I have X's on everything that's Christmas. So I have the tree stand, bins, cans, all of these, the bags. These are like long swags and wreaths and a little mini Christmas tree for the back porch. All down here. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 bins of Christmas plus the bags and the cans. So that is it for in here for now. Chris will be able to get into the shed. Oh, and then this stuff over here. This is all of, when we do backyard parties, we have a ton of badminton rackets. They just love getting out there and even just getting in a circle and hitting the little badminton thing around. Grown men are out there doing it and they just have fun doing it. Then there's like volleyball nets and baseballs and bats and what is that, like ping pong, that you turn a table into a ping pong table, cones, all kinds of stuff. So that's all that. This is miscellaneous, like summer stuff. I have a popcorn maker in there and all the stuff to go along with it that I sometimes will put out if we do a 4th of July party. And then down here are vases, all kinds of glass vases and potpourri containers and all that I just do not use very often, but I really don't want to get rid of. So that is it. I still have to make my list up out here. I've been working on it, so I can say what colors things are, what letter I have on the boxes so that you know what to look for. I don't have the kids around the house very much anymore, but for a while it was nice when I was doing it that I could tell them to go outside, look at the list on the wall. This was my holiday bin list, and they knew which ones to look for to bring in. So that was really, really nice. It'll probably be me doing it now, but still, I'll have a general idea of what I'm looking for. And if Chris helps me, then he'll know also. So I will go ahead and get this reprinted in a sleeve and hooked up in here. And then I'm calling it good for now until I add the spring stuff. So I can put the ramp up on this and go close up the chickens and go sit down and have dinner with Chris. I just have to make a salad to go along with lasagna, so it should be ready. All right, guys, I hope you're having a great night and you got some cleaning and organization done this weekend, even though you really, really, really probably didn't want to do it. So at least it's done. Now I just have to get all this stuff loaded into my car, which I'm not doing tonight. I'll do it later this week and go take it and donate it all. All right, guys. Have a great evening. Hey, buddy, you trying to catch lightning bugs? Huh? Yeah? I think you ate it.